basically my question is, why is it the United States' responsibility to protect and our responsibility to intervene and our responsibility and right to secure territory and other people's, rightful home? And where did this exceptionalist attitude come from? Like, where did it originate? Because if that happened on our soil, it sure would not be accepted.
So it's a very good question. I tend to see this a little more like the French coming to our aid during the Revolution, which we were actually very grateful for and wanted. But I think you get to the heart of a very fundamental misunderstanding. It is not America's responsibility to protect. It absolutely is not our responsibility to protect. It is the international community's responsibility to protect. Every head of state signed on to the 2005 UN summit document that spells out the responsibility to protect. The Security Council then invoked the responsibility to protect in 2006 and again in the Libya case and in Cote d'Ivoire. It is an emerging norm of international law, and that's why I say it's such a fundamental change. All governments signed on to something that said governments have a responsibility to protect their own people. So the Syrian government has a responsibility to protect its own people, and that if it fails in that responsibility up to the level of a crime against humanity or genocide, which again is a high bar, we're not going to intervene with many, many governments that do terrible things to their people, but that's still, we can protest, but no one would ever intervene. It is the international community then that has taken on a responsibility itself, and we, the United States, should support that. Now, then you say, well, but we're the ones holding the bag when actually that intervention happens. I think the Libya intervention was done exactly right. I don't think you should do this unless the regional organization is not only willing to call for it, but to participate. And in Libya, we basically said to the French and the British, it's your neighborhood, right? If this country implodes or explodes, it's your neighborhood. You have the responsibility to lead. And we said to the Arab League, to Qatar and the UAE and Turkey, you need to really help. And they did. And similarly here, no one to date is talking about sending U.S. troops into Syria. No one's even talking about U.S. air power in Syria. What we're talking about is supporting logistically with intelligence, logistics, supplies, maybe weapons, an intervention that would again be led by the troops of the region. And to me, that's a vision of a world that the United States should want, a world in which other countries, all countries recognize a responsibility to protect their own citizens. That's a principle we were founded on, that government exists to serve its citizens, not to oppress them, and a world ultimately that would be much more peaceful, and we would have to do less because, as you see in Africa, as you see now in the Middle East, as you could see in Asia with East Timor, other countries can take the lead in terms of sending in troops.